Welcome back to the Marbolian League of 2026. As of today, we only have a quarter of our events left. And what better way to celebrate than with a returning event? Also, today, some marbles will be kicked out of being able to win, but more on that later. Today's event is pretty simple. Four marbles from one team will start in that funnel and then go down and try to get as close to the center as possible. You can see the scores right there, as today's demo team will be from last year, the Ocean Blues. Doing a pretty impressive job, actually, if I do say so myself. But I believe it is pretty simple, and if you still don't understand, you can always watch last year's. So, let's hop right into the event. Our first team up will be none other than Labyrinth. Pretty good scores overall to start with, mostly 4s and 4.5s. Let's take a look at their scores. In fact, it's only 4s and 4.5s. For a total of 17. Pretty good from them. Our next team will be the Martians. Pretty mixed scores across the board. A 4, a 5, another 4, and a 4.5 for a 17.5. That is quite good from them. River Rapids are up next. 2 4s right off the bat. Then a 5, it would appear. Or was that 3 4s? I can't actually tell. It was 4 4s, actually. For a perfect 16. Not sure you can get more of one number than that, but time will only tell. Anyway. Up next, we have Tidal Wave. Getting 2 pretty good scores, but then veers all the way off for what appeared to be a 2.5, and then a 3. Pretty rough outcome from them. Yes, that was a 2 and a 1.5, actually. And a 3.5 for only 12. Not great for them. Snow Wolves, on the other hand, getting 3 5s almost immediately, and the 3.5 to end it. Almost looked like a 4.5. What will the judges have to say? In that, they are counting that third marble as a 5. For a total of 18.5. Our best score of the day yet. Skyfire immediately going for a different strategy. All 3 marbles almost at once. Does not seem to work out for them, though. For a total of 14. Yikes, not looking good from them at all. Will Seahorses be able to do any better? Not really. Doing that same thing of sending all the marbles at the same time. That's what I always have to say about this event. Is the best thing you can do is go one at a time and get out of the way. Because the worst mistake marbles make in this event is getting in each other's way. 13.5 from Seahorses. Worse than Skyfire. Phoenix, I believe, is our last marble for the first half, running into each other all over the place. And it doesn't look good for them either. 14. Not that bad, actually. About the same as Skyfire. Which does bring us to our scores for halfway through. And with that, a quick explanation of tiebreakers. You can say Phoenix and Skyfire tied. Pretty much it will be the highest number scored by one of those teams, and then whoever scored the most of them. So if one of them scored a 5, then that team will be moving. But if they both scored a 5, it's whoever scored more 5s. And then if they both scored the same amount, it goes to the next lowest number. So 4.5. And in this event, you can miss the target completely and get a 0. We haven't seen it yet, but we still have half of our marbles to go, which we will be seeing right about now. First off, we have the Lyman Dashers, our returning third place marble, have been having a rough season and don't seem to be doing all too great on archery, but I have seen worse. 17, actually pretty good. One of the better scores I've seen today. Titans up next, doing okay at best. A lot of that collision I've been talking about earlier. The best thing you can do in this event is just get out of each other's way. No matter if you score a 1 or a 5, snowball effect, seeming to do both, really all over the place. Actually, a 16 isn't bad at all. Next up, we have none other than the Pumas, seeming to fling each other all over the place. Once again, talk about trying not to run into each other. Let's take a look at that replay, though, as they got a 17.5. As it turns out, they all pushed each other right where they needed to be, apparently, so they get a pretty good score in the end. Will the Caramel Swirlers be able to do any better? Probably not, as it looks like they hit that 1.5 in the corner there. Nope, the judges will be counting that as a 2 and 3 4.5s for a total of 15.5. Not too bad. Caffeine Cruiser's up next, standing right in front of that that blue right there, and prevents one of his teammates from getting what could have been a 5. They'll have to settle for 3 4.5s and a 4 for a 17.5. Not actually bad at all, despite the circumstances, but they really could have done better. Crystal clear. Running into each other, but still getting high scores, it would appear. And yes, they do. For a total of 18. That puts them second in the standings behind the Snow Wolves, Electric Eels. Up next, getting a 5 and then a 3.5. And then that last marble hitting what looks like a 1.5. What did the judges say? It looks like that last marble actually got sent out of the arena. And they will be getting our first 0 of the day. A lot of ties. One 3-way tie between 3rd, 4th, and 5th. But Snow Wolves actually winning yet another event. I don't even know if they'll be beatable at this point. Crystal clear behind them, also a pretty high up marble. And then Pumas and Martians, who have also been doing quite well for themselves. Speaking of which, let's congratulate our medalists. Pumas, Crystal Clear, and the Snow Wolves. Congratulations to those 3 teams, and all of the marbles who competed today. And let's take a look at our updated scores, where you can see we have 5 teams who are no longer able to win. As you can see, Snow Wolves is just too far ahead, so I predicted that this would come sooner this year. But those teams still can get into higher positions, or they haven't been eliminated from podiuming yet. So that is still in their options too, but they'll have to really lock in. In the meantime, I'm your host, Dogbot300, and thank you so much for watching.